Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel again. Thank you so much for keeping tabs with us. Thank you for watching our videos. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting, even though we are still waiting to see comment from you. Yeah, please subscribe to our channel. Let's build this community together so that we can be giving you gist around football. Do that for us. Subscribe, share, like our videos, comment, tell us what you want us to improve. Yeah, we really are looking forward to you telling us that, oh, you if you guys do like this, it will be better. Thank you so much for everything, and we will continue to keep you updated along the way as you follow us and build this community together with us. Thank you. Yeah, yours truly. How are you? How has your week been?
The week is we're almost done with the week. Today is Thursday, and the week has been good. Lots of football matches. The Champions League has served us right, and we watched a very interesting match in the Champions League with lots of goals. It was turning into like a basketball competition. So, but anyway, it was an entertaining match. So, good week so far, and hopefully the week ends as it has started.
Nice. Which game stood out for you in those Champions League matches?
Of course, the entertaining game of the week was the Bayern Munich PSG game. Just as we anticipated and predicted that the match was going to turn up, it turned out that way. And there was nothing surprising about the game. Lots of goals, both teams, their attack came to the fore while their defense was left a lot to be desired of.
Nice. I was thinking that you will make a mistake and say it was Arsenal match that stood out. We will have stunned you from here.
That
I
one was
was
a more,
expecting.
that one
I
was
was
a more
ex-
that match was a more tactical match, yeah. So while the other one was more end to end entertaining, for the neutrals, of course, you enjoy the first one, the first match between PSG and Bayern Munich. But in terms of those who are much more tactical, the second match stands out.
Oh, after saying Google things, you now shoot yourself on the leg. I pity
No,
you
no, no.
guys.
There was nothing. There's no shooting. There's no mincing word. What
guy,
did you
guy,
misinterpret what I said?
guy,
It
stop
was.
that. Stop that.
We listen to you now. At least it was English you spoke. It's not your dialect.
Yeah,
So,
but you can. I can speak English, and you can misinterpret what I'm saying.
Guy, stop
I already
that.
agreed that I already said it that the first game was an entertaining game, interesting game. But in terms of tactics, the second game was more tactical.
what?
The
So what?
first game,
What was the tactics in your game yesterday? Please, let's be
the
Around
specific.
first,
football.
no, 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 it's not around football. The second game was more about stopping your opponent. So because in football there are different ways if you want to approach a game. If you want to approach the game all out attack, then you don't mind about what goes on behind you because you know that you can outscore your opponent. That's a different mindset to have on the game. But if your mindset is all about stopping your opponent first, then you place less emphasis on attacking. And of course, depending on the kind of manager you have, it also determines your approach to the game in terms of your team. So if you look at the example of previous managers, and Mourinho was the master of it. Of course, you are a Chelsea fan, you should have that first-hand knowledge. He was a master of it in terms of, first of all, don't concede, and then you have a higher chance of winning the game, right? And
Mm.
which served him right. He won a lot of trophies, Champions League, domestic trophies, leagues in different teams. But if your approach is, I don't care about what my opponent does, I just want to play my game and be open and be free. You will do what PSG and Bayern Munich did. They scored a lot of goals. It was entertaining. For the neutrals, of course, you want that kind of game because it's entertaining, right? That's why I made the statement I made originally. That yes, that game was the most entertaining game for the neutrals. But for you, as probably if it's your team, you might not enjoy it because get to a stage you are scared that you don't know where this game is going. But for a neutral fan, you don't care because you don't really, you just want to watch a game and enjoy yourself, which that game served. So that's the approach.
Okay. Fair enough. Thank you so much for you've really taken out time to give us what you think about the all two games Tuesday and Wednesday. Babs, what do you think about those games on Tuesday and yesterday?
Yeah, I would start by saying football is meant to be enjoyed. So if you are watching a football match and it's too boring, just like the match yesterday between Arsenal and Atletico Madrid, it's just better for you to go and watch Netflix movies or do something else. So that was what I did yesterday. At some point, I just switched to Al Nassr here. So that was more entertaining for me
Yeah,
than
because it's
Arsenal.
not your team playing. If it's not your team playing, you can go
No, it's
and
not about my team or not my team.
you want to tell me that Chelsea fans of between 2003 and 2012 they were tuning off from their team and saying we don't want to watch
It
our
was
team.
entertaining. Mourinho's games were
Mourinho was not entertaining.
entertaining.
Come on. We should not rewrite
No,
it.
the
Mourinho's games were
horror.
entertaining.
This Mourinho did not play forced around football.
He did.
Just
Where, where,
forced.
where did the statement "packing the bus" come from? It was Mourinho that started it.
That was their.
Okay, I think we we lost Babs.
It was. We all know that it was Mourinho that started haram football. No, we didn't call it haram football then because
Yeah.
the terminology haram was not known, was not popularized yet. But the terminology that was popular then was packing the bus, right?
Mm.
Mourinho did that. That was his game. That was what he played. Then he could come. He would play you. How did Mourinho achieve the record of 15 goals scored conceded in the Premier League? If he was all open and playing expansive football, he wasn't doing
Yeah,
that.
so around football, not around football. For me, before Babs come, the game on Tuesday was the outstanding match for me. I would say a lot of goals. I predicted 2-1 on that game, and yeah,
Yeah, you
come true.
underplayed it. You thought it was
Yeah,
just
I
going to be
underplayed it. If I betted on that 1.5, that's how I would just lose my money to betting companies. So, and I think you and Babs predicted 3-2 in favor
Yeah,
of
we predicted 3-2. I
that
also
was
slightly
an
mentioned that
entertaining
it could
game.
be more than that. And
in
truly, it
favor
was
of
more than
Paris
that.
Saint-Germain, yeah. So, and Kolumi predicted 3-2 in favor of Bayern Munich, but you see, at the end of the day, none of the prediction
I,
this time around
yeah,
comes true.
Yeah,
but
So, we saw a 9-goal thriller, and honestly, a lot more is still waiting for us to see next week. But I still maintain, although we will still come to that, but I still maintain that Bayern Munich will go through. Yeah, I still maintain that. I don't know why, but
yeah, it looks likely. That's true.
yeah. Because in the game, if Bayern Munich actually took their chances, they would have won that game. Honestly, if you watch the same game I watch, because the only say missed chances, different people miss chances, Diaz and the rest. If they go to what do you call it,
Allianz Arena.
Allianz Arena.
Allianz Arena, honestly, I don't see PSG coming out successful. Honestly, that's my. But we'll come to that.
And interestingly, PSG don't have a good result on that ground. I think they have gone there 4 times. They have lost 3 times.
Forget about records, Baba. Forget about
No, we can't forget about records,
PSG are going through.
bro. We
Go
can't
and write
forget
it
about
down.
records. Records are important in football because it's on the basis of that you are able to probably make predictions, right? PSG
Yeah,
is good.
yeah. Records are very important. I
Yeah, they are
agree
important.
because you
Imagine
see,
that game they were leading 5-2.
yeah.
You understand? 5-2. At that stage, we already wrote Bayern Munich off that nothing was possible anymore. But they came back 5-4. And as Matthew
Honestly, for
pointed
me,
out,
when I saw 5-2, I didn't write Bayern Munich off because I don't know why I'm just confident about Bayern Munich this time around.
yeah,
I didn't write them off because I just feel like they will come back. And those goals that they considered were just some goals were
yeah,
just
yeah,
there's some
exactly.
goal that they scored that no one was even looking for the ball.
Exactly. They go by
What about the
Dembele.
goals? What about the goals PSG conceded?
The
I don't
goals,
care about PSG goals concession. I'm caring
yeah,
about the club I
Let's
want.
talk about the poor goalkeeping. Let's talk about the poor defense.
Yeah, the both
exactly.
keepers were poor. The both goalkeepers were poor.
I won't say.
You now tell me that Neuer is not better than PSG goalkeeper.
No, I won't say
Neuer
Neuer
is more experienced.
The goal Neuer conceded, they were goals that it would be difficult for you to fault him on. For example, the goal you just mentioned now,
Exactly.
Matthew, that goal you said was looking for the ball. It's difficult for you to fault him on that goal.
But
it's difficult for you to fault him on the goal by what is his name?
That guy.
The second goal. Maybe the first goal.
Those goals are mad.
Maybe the first goal.
Those are crazy goals.
Second goal.
Yeah.
The one that Dembele skipped over and then the ball came to him.
Those goals are they are
Yeah,
difficult goals to
they were quality
catch.
goals. They were
But he
quality
But
never
goals.
said
the
he never said any goal that day. Do you know? He never said anything. He didn't. He was not. He did not save anything.
Exactly. I was looking at his stats that they were about almost similar shot on goals
no,
between
yeah,
two
exactly.
games.
PSG had 5 shots on goal and they
I'm
scored
even
all the
talking about
five.
the games. Arsenal and Atletico, the shot on goals,
Don't talk
they were
about that
almost
game.
similar. But in terms
Don't
of
talk about
so
that
Matthew
game.
mentioned something now. Let's be serious. Matthew mentioned something. He was
Okay,
talking about no goals. No, they didn't make saves. That
Mm.
was
of
how
course.
it was, right?
Uh-huh.
So almost all the attempts on goal, they always ended in goals. So it was back and forth, back and forth. It was an entertaining game, right? It was really entertaining game. I told
Yeah.
somebody, I said that game was supposed to be like a final match. It
It was
was not
supposed to
supposed
be the final,
it was
sincerely.
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be a final match. That game qualifies for a final match. But fortunately,
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a final between, let's say, for example, PSG or Bayern Munich Arsenal or against Atletico to be a worthy final. A
I don't think
defensive team
yeah,
it will be
versus
one-sided final. It will be one-sided final. I want to tell
not
you.
really,
it
not
might not be
really.
one sided.
It will not be one-sided. It
Might not be
really
one
because
sided.
that's why I told you that both teams are very expansive. That's why you have that kind of game. If any of them play Atletico or play Arsenal, it won't be like that.
It won't be
It
like
will,
that.
yeah, it will be much more cagey affair
And
compared to
they will be more tactical in their approach. They just don't
yeah,
want to leave their defense open to go all out to
maybe
attack. They understand
maybe
their
yeah,
opponents.
they
They know
understand their opponent.
PSG attacks,
PSG,
Bayern Munich attacks. So the
maybe
the team
PSG
with the
might be
highest
more
goal will qualify.
maybe
Okay.
PSG might be more open because the way those guys play, they are just like they just want to go out. See
But don't
Dembele.
forget Inter PSG final. They didn't
That's what I'm
defend.
saying. That's what I'm saying. They
They
don't. The way
left the defense open.
They play very. We don't care. The
They
way
don't
PSG
care.
play. I think that was
They
what
don't.
affected Bayern Munich. When Bayern Munich saw the way PSG were playing, they too say, we too
They
we have
too.
the
Either
we
they're going
have
to
the
be a little bit conservative,
Mm.
hold your defense, and launch some
Counter.
counters once in a
Yeah.
yeah.
while.
And they are good. They can be good in counter. Those guys, Olise and the rest,
Very
Yes,
fast guys.
very
Ulisse
fast,
Diaz,
fast.
Kane.
and
I was
Hurricane.
looking at
Yeah.
Diaz. I said, this is the same Diaz in League that
Stupid, stupid Liverpool. Stupid Liverpool sold
see
Diaz.
that goal he scored.
Yeah,
Very,
very
very
great
good
goal. Oh,
guy.
but that guy was playing that day. Like I told you that he missed a lot of chances now. You saw now. The guy was if he bring that energy that he had that day, they're going to win that game in Alliance Arena. So
Uh-huh.
what's his name? Company said that he feels like he's saying that a fan, any fan at all that will not be feeling well that day should not
Did
bother to
not
come
come.
to the stadium. What do you make of that statement, Babs?
I feel it's not fair on any fan that is not feeling too well.
Mm,
Of course, if he has the money, let him pay and watch whether he's feeling well or not. But I understand the fact that he needs his fans to come out to cheer the team.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
he only wants energetic fans that day to be able to
Yeah,
cheer the team and make a lot of noise.
yeah.
However, it's also not fair on fans who are not feeling so well.
Yeah,
They
but
shouldn't be deprived.
yeah, for me, he just trying to set the ground for himself. Yeah. So if you are not able to come and cheer them, there's no point coming because they need the
What if I
noise.
have
Like you said,
what
they
if I
need the
have
noise.
the money to come and watch?
No, of course, most of them have already bought the ticket. So he's saying that if you are sick, give your ticket to
You
another
give your
person,
ticket to somebody else.
your family member or another person that has the
Yeah,
energy. Which for me, I support his statement because
of
they need
course,
the
hundred
noise.
percent,
Did you see the Paris Saint-Germain fans?
hundred
That
percent.
noise alone was gingering their Douay, gingering their Bacola, even though it came from the bench, Akimi and the rest. So that noise is very important. And
The
I'm
noise will
looking
not
forward.
it will not
I don't
save
know if
them in the
I
second
don't know
leg.
if that noise will help us now. I don't know. We'll see what
Which
happens.
Arsenal
I
they
think
don't make noise.
no, yeah, it's exactly. In England, I think the only club in England that have that kind
Liverpool.
of loud is Liverpool. That have that
Liverpool.
kind of loud fan
Uh,
base is Liverpool.
Mm,
I think in
Liverpool.
England the culture needs to change a bit in terms of
No, we don't
stadium
have to
noise.
change. We don't have to change. That's our culture. That's our philosophy. Let's just keep it. We can't copy other people's culture.
okay. So let's leave the curtain at that. So yeah, guys, we just told you what happened. I hope you also follow the game. It was wonderful. Try and follow next week. On Tuesday is going to be Arsenal against Atletico Madrid, and then on Wednesday is going to be the reverse of Bayern Munich and PSG. We'll bring you update and preview before the games. Yeah. So we'll continue now with our Premier League. Premier League, wonderful weekend is coming, starting from tomorrow, where we'll be seeing Leeds taking on Burnley. Quickly, what do you think about that game tomorrow? Yours truly.
Leeds versus Burnley.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I believe Leeds should win that game.
Mm,
Burnley are on the downward spiral now.
okay.
They are already relegated, right?
Yeah.
Maybe okay, it has been confirmed. And then they just lost their coach,
Yeah. Yeah.
Parker.
They have appointed Michael Jackson to take over.
They've appointed Michael Jackson. When I saw the breaking news from Fabrizio Romano, I had to look at it again if it was a typo or something. Yeah, seriously, because everything just happened. It's kind of coincidence because a recent movie now came out from Michael Jackson that is
Oh,
trending. Yeah, this past weekend there was a
Yeah.
recent movie about Michael Jackson's life and music that was released recently, just last week. So I was
yeah.
looking at it. What is it a typo or maybe AI or
What's
something?
going on here?
Yeah, I had to go and check. I had to check the comments, check the verification on Fabrizio
I
Romano to
really
see if
to
it's
be
really
sure it's not a parody.
but it turned out to be true. Although I've not seen the picture of the so-called Michael Jackson
I've
yet.
He's
seen.
actually looking like a Michael Jackson. Check it out after this.
Really, I've not checked. I've not seen his pictures yet. I will check him out. But anyway, not that notwithstanding, I think Burnley are already preparing for life in the championship for next season. So whatever changes they need to make, I think they are looking ahead of time and making those changes as quickly as possible.
It's gone.
And the remaining games for them this season, I think 4 matches that are left for them or 5 matches. They just want to use it and enjoy themselves, have fun while it lasts, while they remain in the Premier League.
So what's the
And
scoreline?
Leeds should win comfortably. Leeds should win at least 2-0 in that game.
2-0 lead. Babs, what do you think about that game quickly?
Now, quickly, I also think this should win 2-0 because Burnley are already relegated, just
Okay.
lost the manager. So,
Okay. I
Burnley
give it to
should.
this. I give it to Leeds to win that game 3-1 today, tomorrow. The next game on Saturday at 4 p.m. We have three games. So first one is Brentford West Ham. Babs, what do you think about that game?
It's going to be a tough game because West Ham are trying to avoid relegation and Brentford are also high in the slot for Europe. So, it's going to be difficult.
Mm.
Maybe 1-1.
1-1. 1-1 Brentford West Ham. Yours truly, what do you think about that game?
West Ham needs to win that game. They need as much points as possible. And usually they are playing at home, right? Or is it an away
Away.
game?
Away.
Away.
Away game. That would be difficult. That would be difficult. And Brentford, they are just reeling from the loss to Manchester United.
Manchester
Which
United.
they deserve to win though. But yeah,
They
let's
did
keep that.
not.
I don't think they deserve to win. Probably,
Not
maybe
this one.
maybe
They
a
had the
draw.
statistics. They had the statistics. They had everything in their
Yeah,
favor.
but maybe a draw. Maybe if
Maybe
they
a
had
draw.
a draw, yeah, it would have still been okay.
I
But in
predicted
case
a
of
draw.
winning,
Yeah, because
in
even
case
the
of
one of the Man U fans that I know said that Casemiro saved them,
of
and
course,
the
of
Casemiro
course,
is a Man U player.
and the,
of
and
Casemiro
the
course.
is a Man
person
U player.
and the person is here. He said that thank you Casemiro for saving us. So
No, of course.
Casemiro is a Man U
You can,
player. That
yeah,
argument does not hold water.
exactly. He can say Casemiro saved them, which he is paid to do. He's paid to save
He's
Manchester
the
United.
highest paid
That's
player
his
in Manchester
responsibilities to save the club. So if he's carrying
United.
out his responsibility, then it's normal. So yeah, they
they
enjoyed
are
the
supporting
game.
this guy.
No, when I want to banter Manchester United, he knows when I want to banter them. But when I want to analyze the match, I will analyze the match. I think Brentford missed a couple of chances. Your best striker, what is his name? Igor Thiago. What
Thiago.
missing about? I don't know what he was doing that day. Sometimes some of these strikers, when you begin to praise them too much, he
There are
gets into.
some easy
I'm
chances,
telling you,
clear
he gets into their
chances.
head. I don't know what he was doing. Just take the first time
He was
shot.
probably thinking about a lot of things outside of the
Yeah,
pitch.
So,
yeah,
but anyway, maybe they may bounce back against West Ham in that game because since it's at home,
yeah.
they may bounce back. But if West Ham have the what do you call it now, the right motivations that they don't want to lose that game, they'll probably end in a draw. So
Mm.
probably I might predict that game to end in a draw. Um, I want to go for a score draw, maybe 1-1 or 2-2. I'm not sure which one to lean towards. Let me just say 2-2.
2-2 Brentford and West Ham. The last game that I watched between between West Ham and Everton was a nightmare because they nearly lost that game. But yeah, at 90
Mhm.
plus two, they salvaged themselves because I don't want West Ham to actually. I don't know why, but I just don't want them to go on relegation. Stop.
Because you hate Tottenham.
No, I don't hate any to I don't even care.
I
Sometimes I
don't
don't
hate
even.
he always gets 6 points against Tottenham every season. So why should he hate
No, he
Tottenham?
does not
I
have a
don't.
problem with Tottenham.
Yeah, I don't have problem with them. If there will be a plan, I will even pray for them to even stay so that we can trash them and get 6 points. And
Against
so, but I see West Ham. West Ham have not lost 3 games. They have not lost or 4 games after losing to Aston Villa 2-0. They have
Mhm.
been getting a draw and they won. So honestly, I see Brentford giving them their first loss for now, and then they will have to now reset themselves for the remaining games. So the game is going to end 2-1 in favor of Brentford.
Hmm.
The next game that Saturday is Newcastle Brighton. Yours truly, quickly, what do you think about that game? Newcastle Brighton.
Newcastle Brighton. I've not seen their recent head-to-head Newcastle and Brighton. They are at
Mm,
home, but
mm.
with recent results, I think Newcastle. I don't know what their problem is. They've
He
lost a couple of games. Their last 8 games,
lost.
they've lost more than half of those games, and they are conceding a lot of goals as well. And Brighton is a team that is quite flying high now. They've had a couple of good results. So going away to Newcastle, I see them sneaking a win there at St. James Park. I think they might sneak a win at Newcastle, because
Uh,
the way they play, Newcastle are the kind of thing that they like to play very rugged football. But Brighton might just be too cunning for them that day and might just sneak a win. I'll give them 2-1.
2-1 in favor of Brighton.
Brighton.
Babs.
Well, since Newcastle failed their last assignment, so I also predict that they continue in their woes of losing. And Brighton, of course, they are on a very, very good run. So
Yeah, and I think Brighton is playing for something to an extent.
Europe also
Yeah,
50 points. So
yeah,
3 points.
because they are already Europa League. So
they
that
are
your
really in
prediction
Europa
is
League,
actually correct.
but if they keep fighting hard, they might get their Champions League spots.
Oh, that is true. If they
Yes.
fight hard, true, they
If they
can get
fight
Champions League
hard to
spot.
the end of the season,
So
they
what's
might
your
get to
scoreline for
Champions
them?
League. 3-1 in favor of
3-1
Brighton.
in 3-1 in favor of Brighton. Yeah,
Mhm.
so Newcastle have not been doing well, things have not been going well for them. But yeah, sometimes they can spring surprises. I don't know what's actually wrong with them. Maybe because the coach have already said since that he's going to leave. So, I think that is to affect the psychology of players sometimes. So yeah,
Now he's leaving Newcastle.
yeah, he's going to leave Newcastle at the end of the season.
Wow.
Except if he has changed his mind, but I know that news came out since like he was going to be leaving.
I don't think it's
So
high time they make a change.
yeah. So honestly, I don't know. Maybe they might try to redeem themselves. I know they are not playing for anything now because they cannot be able to meet up with Europe again. So, but I see them winning that game 2-1. They'll win Brighton 2-1. Yeah. The next game is Wolves Sunderland. What do you think about what is your scoreline on this game, Wolf, Paps? Wolves Sunderland
2-0
2-0 in favor of
in
Sunderland.
favor of Sunderland.
Yours truly, what's your scoreline in this game?
I predict 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. 1-1 draw because Wolves can be also stubborn. It's their home. So
They
I'm
Yeah,
going.
relegated
Yeah,
already.
they will just. I'm going to give them. They're just going to win that game 2-1. They will win Sunderland 2-1. The last
2-1.
time Nottingham Forest bash Sunderland 5-0. They are not serious. So Arsenal Fulham is the last game on Saturday. Babs, what do you think?
1-1 in favor of in favor of Arsenal.
that's such a shameless,
Sorry for the laugh.
shameless,
shameless man.
shameless man, you from wanting a downfall of somebody to giving the best 1-1, then saying that in favor of
Young
who?
In
man,
favor of
1-1 in favor
Arsenal.
of who?
Arsenal.
a
This guy,
shameless young man.
I'm telling you, over shameless they worry my fans. Leave Arsenal people alone. We
Young
love them
man.
like that. Even with that cup, we love
We'll
them.
surprise, we'll surprise you this season, Babs.
Exactly.
Uh,
Even without winning any cup, they will still surprise you on top.
No, that's not the surprise. He doesn't want us to win any trophy, but we're going to surprise him.
So what's your scoreline on
but
that? And yeah, what do you think about that game, Babs?
it's, I would say all the remaining matches for Arsenal, they are towards the league, so they are league deciding fixtures. So Arsenal cannot joke with any of those games. If they mistakenly slip away, like getting a draw, or if they even lose any of those matches, that's an implication. So I still expect them to keep fighting, although they've not been playing so well in a couple of matches, but I still expect a draw, regardless.
Draw
1-1.
1-1 or 2-2 or 0-0.
1-1.
1-1 says Babs. Arsenal
If
Fulham
they
1-1.
get a penalty or through set piece.
Yeah, Arsenal, West Ham, Fulham 1-1. Yeah, for me, Arsenal have not been doing well to an extent. Somebody is calling them now 1-1 FC, because they always
One, 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 one.
even if you win them, it will be 2-1. They will score. They will score one. So somebody will start calling them 1 FC. I'm like, where did you leave the corner FC instead? So the 1 FC guys, honestly, for Fulham, not some of you didn't give it to them last weekend. I know I give it to them.
You gave it to them against Aston Villa.
Yes, they beat Aston Villa 1-0, and that game was so competitive. Aston Villa also had their chances, but I don't know what was wrong that day. There was they lost some bit of cohesion. So they lost that game 1-0. And Fulham, they anticipated with Arsenal sometime. They used to give Arsenal a headache. Especially, I don't know if Iwobi will be around now, because Iwobi used to come and be like, okay, let me show you guys that I've played for you guys before, and I'm no more with you. So, but then, having said all these things, Arsenal is going to win this match 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. I'm thinking of saying 1-0, but let me just give them the benefit of that. 2-1, because Fulham too, they used to try to score. Yeah.
So
So
you
2-1.
mean Arsenal will score more than one goal?
Yeah. They are not just meant to be scoring 1-0, 1-1 now. I don't believe all those theory. It's just that they're just being unfortunate in the other game, so they'll win the game 2-1. Yeah. So yours through the place quickly. What do you think about your game and your scoreline?
Recently, of course, like you guys have said, we've been on a very bad run. I think I was looking at Arteta's tenure, and April is the most terrible month for him. And this month of April, we played 7 matches. We've lost 3. We've drawn 2 and won 2. That's horrible results. And if you go back even before April, the last match before April, that was against Manchester City in the final. So the last 8 matches, just like you guys have rightly said, we have not been scoring goals, just 1 goal. Out of those 8 matches, just 1 goal at most, we have scored 1 goal. So, but thank God that April is over now, and hopefully in May, he has a good record in May. So hopefully the record continues in May. If it does, then we might just be smiling to the bank for both trophies.
Ding, 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 ding.
Calm down.
What a declaration!
Calm down. I know you have been waiting for me to say that so that you can clip me.
Double, right? You are going for the double.
I said
Double.
I said might.
You said you will be dancing with the 2 trophies.
I said we might be dancing.
Martin, write it down. Today is 30th.
Today is 30th of April.
30th of April. Kingsley said double.
I said double. Don't misquote me. Thank God we are on record. Don't misquote me. We'll go back and play this video. I said we might be smiling to the bank with both trophies. That's what I said. But anyway,
double FC.
For this match against Fulham, I will go with Matthew. What Matthew said, I will go with 2-1.
2-1.
Probably we'll win 2-1, but I don't want us to concede goals. So probably I will say 2-0, but I know that we have not been so good recently. So maybe 2-1. 2-1, I won't be too greedy. 2-1 is a win. I will take it. And hopefully Man City drop points soon. Because we continue like this, we're not scoring goals. Man City have better goals difference. They are scoring more goals than Arsenal. So but for now, at least just win your game. That's the very least you can demand from Arsenal.
Exactly. Because I think that is what Arsenal people are even thinking. I'm guessing anytime they go to the pitch, they always say just win the game.
Just win.
Exactly.
It does not matter how many 0 you score. It does not matter whatsoever. Just win. I'm sure that is what Arteta is telling them. So because that's the most
important. Just win the game for now.
1-0 is a win.
Exactly. exactly. So yeah, on Sunday we'll see Bournemouth taking on Crystal Palace. Bournemouth Crystal Palace, wonderful people. But what do you think about that game?
Bournemouth are on a very good run. They are still maintaining their unbeaten run,
Mm,
and I don't see them losing it anytime soon. Not even to Crystal Palace.
mm.
So, mm. And also Crystal Palace have not been good. Maybe for the past 3 matches, they've
Mm.
not been performing so well. So I will predict 2-0.
2-0 in favor of Bournemouth, says Babs.
Yeah.
Yours truly.
Ah, yeah, I think Bournemouth will win that game. I just wonder when their long run will come to an end. And most times when this run come to an end, it's usually the unexpected match. That's when it comes to an end. So
Exactly.
if I want to be throwing stones at or throwing things at the wall, I might say Crystal Palace will win, but I don't know. Should I start saying Crystal Palace will win this game? Bournemouth, Crystal Palace. Bournemouth, let me just go on the safer side. Bournemouth will win the game. They'll probably win 2-1. They score a lot. They score goals. If
They
it's one
score
thing,
goals.
yeah,
They
they
score
find a
goals.
way of scoring goals. So that's the
I
only
think
thing
so.
that
I
we
think
can say
so.
about them. So I don't see Crystal Palace holding them. And they scored not just one goal, they score at least 2 goals most times. So I don't see Crystal Palace stopping them from scoring goals. And I don't know if Crystal Palace have the firepower to score more than Bournemouth. So I'll just go with the safer bets and say Bournemouth. So I'll give it to Bournemouth 2-1.
2-1 in favor of Bournemouth, says yours truly. Yeah, Bournemouth have been great. You know, the only thing that they are playing now is Premier League. But Crystal Palace are playing both Premier League and Conference League. They're in semi-final now. They are playing
They're in
today.
Yeah,
Krakow.
that's
They're
true.
in
I even
Krakow at the
forgot.
moment.
Oh
They're in
wow. I
Krakow.
even
Yeah,
forgot they are playing semi-finals. Oh,
yeah.
that's it. That makes life even more difficult for them against Bournemouth. Yeah.
So yeah,
Bournemouth are going to win that.
yeah. So they are playing with Shakhtar Donetsk this evening. I think I don't know. Maybe that match should be played in Poland, or did they choose
In
Germany?
Krakow. It's in
In,
Krakow.
in Krakow, yeah.
Yes, in
Yeah, it's in
Krakow.
Krakow.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So the match will be playing in Krakow. I don't know. Maybe it will be Cracovia Stadium or Wisła Krakow
Yes.
Stadium. Uh, Cracovia, right?
Yeah, Krakow.
Okay. So yeah. Oh, so Crystal Palace is with us here. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, they got a
Um,
win yesterday. I saw
nice.
their posts.
Wow, that's very good. Though. Who do I even want to see in that Crystal Palace? Maybe Mateta.
Mateta, of
I want to see
course.
But I'm
Mateta.
not a, I'm not, I don't, I'm not a fan of anything celebrity. Let them stay there alone. So yeah, putting all this thing together, and Crystal Palace they have not been good like that
In the
in the
league.
league. Yeah, even the Conference League, I'm surprised how they used to pull out result from that place because I'm expecting them to
Even me,
actually
I,
win.
I was pretty surprised as well.
Yeah, I expect them to win the Conference League. Like they give me some kind of, but I don't know. Shakhtar Donetsk can be stubborn. I don't know if they will be able to pass through them. But I expect them to win the Conference League because I think if you win Conference League, oh, you cannot go anywhere again. That's all.
No.
That's bust up for you. Chelsea won it and never went to
Oh, that's
anywhere.
true. I think Shakhtar Donetsk should be the strongest team that can stop Crystal
Yeah,
Palace.
Crystal Palace, yeah, yeah.
Because I
So it's very,
see Rayo, Vallecano, and Strasbourg.
yeah. Of course, Strasbourg, they should be wary of Strasbourg maybe in the final if they meet. But that one is left to be seen. So yeah, having said all these things, honestly, I see Bournemouth beating them on Sunday. Crystal Palace also used to try to score. You know, you cannot just beat them like that and go. So the game will end 3-2 in favor of Bournemouth. You know, or 3-1 in favor of Bournemouth. The next game that evening at 4:30. I don't know why they no carry this game to the last game. They brought it at 4:30. Okay, it's fine. Man U Liverpool. Man U Liverpool.
Ah, wow.
Yeah, Man U Liverpool. So yeah,
Manchester United,
just
Liverpool.
like you exclaim, wow, wow. Go ahead with your take it from there.
I was really surprised that this game is this weekend. I thought it's still probably next week. Oh, it's
Yeah,
already
It's not,
here.
it's not next week. It's this
Manchester
weekend.
United, Liverpool. What a cracker! Old foes, you know.
Yeah,
It's at Old Trafford.
yeah.
of course.
It's gonna be a big match. It's gonna be a big match. I think Manchester United will win that game.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe Manchester United will win that game. Manchester United should win that game 2-1.
Manchester United winning that game 2-1, says an Arsenal fan. That is a strong statement. They're coming out from there. For me, that game, I don't know. Does that game have any effect on the both teams? I don't think so. So whether Man
It
U wins
does.
the
It
game,
does. It
It
does for
does
Liverpool.
on Liverpool.
For Liverpool, it does.
Yeah.
yes, exactly. That's what I wanted to hear. So it does on Liverpool. So Liverpool is the one going with the anger to get a result. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, with the way Liverpool has been playing recently, they are showing some kind of they're showing some kind of promising stuff. And I think the Liverpool was it the Liverpool board have declared that this coach will stay. They're not going to sack him. So there is some level of confidence now that okay, I'm going to stay. So let me begin to recoup these guys so that they can play well and do the job. So they are coming to Old Trafford. Old Trafford. I don't know who remember what happened in their first leg in Liverpool's home.
They were
Manchester United
defeated.
won.
Jesus, Manchester United won.
2-1.
Yeah.
In favor of Man U.
It
Yeah.
was Amorim. It was
It was
under
Am-
Amorim,
it
not
was
Carrick.
Amorim.
Not
Yeah,
Carrick.
yeah. So the game is going to go draw. The game will draw 2-2. Yeah, 2-2.
Did
2-2.
Did
Yeah.
yeah.
Babs, go ahead. It's your club. Go ahead.
2-1 in favor of Manchester United.
2-1 in favor of Manchester United, says a Man U fan. There's
They've
no one
lost
who.
Salah to injury. Ekitike is gone to injury. So
Shit, I don't know this. Salah is injured.
Salah is injured.
Shit.
Ekitike is injured. So and okay, sure, this guy is injured too. Luke Shaw. I'm not sure if Luke Shaw will play, but Cunha is back. Dogu is back.
Oh, Doku is back.
Maguire is back. I think Martinez should have one more match for suspension. So
Okay, so be
When did
it. It's going
Martinez get his red card? Against Chelsea.
against Bon, was it against? It was against Leeds.
oh,
They
Leeds, yeah, I
played
guess.
this year.
And after Leeds, you have played how many matches?
Two.
Just two.
They
Oh,
played Chelsea 1-0 and they
okay.
won Brentford 2-1.
He's still suspended,
Oh,
Yeah.
so
wow.
he won't be back against Liverpool.
Wow.
Oh, it
That
was
would
three match ban.
Straight red card.
Yeah,
straight red
three.
card,
Okay.
three game man.
Okay, so I'll leave it at 2-2. Anything that will happen, let it happen. Then in the night of Sunday, we will have Aston Villa taking on Tottenham. Honestly, for me, this game, I don't know what to say about it, but
I also
I
don't
won't.
know.
But yeah, Aston Villa is going to beat Tottenham 3-1. Yeah, Tottenham will score one. It's going to be 3-1. Yeah, yours truly. What do you think?
I think that game might end in a draw. The only reason why I say it might end in a draw is because the Aston Villa is playing a game today. So they are in the Europa League. So maybe that game
Oh,
will,
that's true.
yeah, that game might come too quickly for them. It's going to be a big match. And Tottenham will be fired up against Aston Villa. But because of their woes, I'm not confident they can win away against
Mm.
Aston Villa. So probably I might just lean towards a draw in that game. That game might end 2-2 draw at
2-2 draw
Villa, yeah, the Villa ground.
at Villa Park. Yeah, 2-2 draw at Villa Park. Babs,
I can only predict a draw, 1-1.
1-1, 1-1 draw. Okay. Yeah.
Because
So yeah, go ahead.
I hope they still make use of the opportunity of the new manager they have, so
Okay.
to still be fired up and to try as much as possible to avoid relegation. They want to
Yeah.
fight to the end.
Yeah, they should fight. If they're able to come back, I will be assured of 6 points next season. So it's not a problem for me if they're able to keep come back to Premier League and not relegate. Yeah. So on Monday night we'll see Chelsea taking on Nottingham Forest. Chelsea taking on Nottingham Forest. It's so funny that this game is going to take place at 4 p.m. on Monday. Is it the first time, or maybe I'm missing something that they're playing Monday night football, not 9 p.m. And then, of course, 9 p.m. There will be Everton Man City.
It's possible
Okay,
there's a public holiday in the UK.
exactly, exactly,
There was supposed
exactly.
to be a public holiday, but they are not giving us in Poland.
The 4th May, yeah?
There's public holiday on the, I
4th of
think,
May.
on the third.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Okay, that aside. So this game, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest. Babs, what do you think about this game?
Chelsea, Nottingham Forest. My mind is going for a win for Nottingham Forest, but I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't know.
Make up your mind and tell us your scoreline.
2-1 in favor of Nottingham Forest.
2-1 in favor of Nottingham Forest. What a bold prediction it is. Okay, thank you so much for predicting that. Even when the Chelsea fan is sitting here with you.
I don't
Yours
want
truly,
Nottingham Forest to relegate.
Should we be scared of you?
Why should I be scared of you?
yours truly. What do you think about this game? I hope you said something different.
Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea.
Yes,
Mhm.
Chelsea's net is Stamford Bridge.
Chelsea should win the
Does
game.
it doesn't matter? Champions
Yeah,
League.
Chelsea should win the game against Nottingham Forest. Because I think Nottingham Forest are in the Conference League, right? They
Yeah,
are
they are
playing
playing.
Aston Villa.
They
So
are
They are playing
Aston
Aston
playing
Villa.
in
Aston Villa
England. They are not
in England.
traveling.
They are not traveling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
They're not.
we're talking about matches now. Number of matches you are playing also affects. So they are playing that game against Chelsea on Monday, and then the second leg of the Europa League is when? I think it's Thursday, right?
It's Thursday. Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, that is a very good one. So two,
So
3 days between also.
2 days in between.
In between.
Yes. So just Tuesday and Wednesday in between before they play the second leg. So
Second leg.
which is going to affect them. So I predict Chelsea should win that game comfortably, 2-0.
2-0 Chelsea win. That was a bold prediction from an Arsenal fan, and I'm even shocked as a Chelsea fan. 2-0. So are you telling us that Chelsea is not going to concede? That is left to be seen. Yeah, for me, I don't even know what to predict because anything that comes about Chelsea these days, I'm afraid I don't know what to say because those guys have no. My confidence has long been lost since when Liam Rossonero came because I don't understand the direction they are going. So I don't know.
But the guy did well in his first 5 games. Yes.
And so the carry just did well in first 5 games,
Did he
and
not
so
win the manager of the month
I
in his
don't care even
first
if you win. I did
month?
not follow him to know whether he wins or not, and it is his business, man.
You guys should
I
have
lost
given you should
confidence
have given him more time. Sincerely, the guy
so that
is a
so
good
that
guy.
you can just be beating us a bit anyhow.
The guy
So
is a good guy. He's a great guy.
as I was saying, guys, Chelsea have not been doing well like that. Nottingham Forest, I see them batter the Sunderland 5-0 last week Friday or so. And they are trying to battle relegation. I think they are not going to relegate because they are, yeah, I think so. If they continue to do the right things. So I see Nottingham Forest nearly winning the game, but Chelsea will win the game 2-1 because we've not
Nearly
been.
winning the game, but Chelsea. What are you saying,
Yeah,
okay?
because with
Stay
that
one
I said
side.
now, that thing that I said, that means Nottingham Forest will score first before Chelsea will now score the two. You see, clock it, clock it. Nearly winning the game, but Chelsea will win the game 2-1. Yeah, because Chelsea
Wow.
cannot do without conceding. Chelsea cannot do without conceding. So I was so shocked when
Chelsea, you are not with that. How many goals did you guys score last month? All through April.
I cannot stay here and exchange all those
Just
words
one
with you. You are just being privileged to be in the third position. So please, can you hide your face?
privilege. I'm a
Hide your
big
face.
man now.
Hide
I'm a
your
big
face.
man now. I'm a Man U fan now.
Hide your face. Hide your face. So, guys, like I told you, banter is always what we do here. Yeah, the last game on Monday night is Everton Man City. Everton Man City. This game is a very good game. I'm sure that Arsenal fans should be jubilating because this game is in Everton Stadium, the new stadium that is having a lot of people. So Arsenal fans should be praying that Everton should bring their A game that day. The game that they play against Man U, they should bring it that day and see that they win Man City 2 or 3-1. But what do I know? That game is going to end in
What
favor
do
of
I
Man
need to
City.
see?
That game is going to end in favor of Man City. Man City is going to trash Everton on Monday night 3-1.
So,
Cherky is going to score. Duku will score or Doku. And the last goal will come from I think Savino. Yeah, or this guy or Fordy. So yeah, just Man City will win the game 3-1. Yours truly. No, no, not you. Babs, what do you think about that game?
I'm just checking their head to head and I feel like crying for Everton. doesn't
right.
make sense.
Exactly.
Man
Yeah.
City has been dominating them over the years.
Yeah. So what do you think? What is
It's
your scoreline?
crazy. It's really crazy. So I think it should end 3-0 in favor of Man City.
3-0 is, yeah, 3-0 in favor of Man City. That's a very good scoreline also, which I agree with. Yeah. So just really, they are your they are your opponent now, your political opponent.
Yeah, that game, I think Man City will drop points in that game. They
Nice
should,
one.
yeah, they should game should end in a draw. Why are you smiling? Why are you laughing?
You know the
When
when
I
you said
predicted that
Wait,
Fulham
you
will
see,
draw
you see,
against
wait,
Arsenal, he
wait.
said, "But
You see,
Bele."
you see what Babs did? Initially, at the beginning of this stream, he did not agree that records played any part in football.
yeah,
I thought
exactly.
You
about it
understand?
now.
So now
Exactly.
you have set a trap for yourself. You have come back now to
I thought
say
about it.
Yeah, the
you
thing
are
is on
looking
for
at
me.
past exactly. You are looking at past record between Manchester City and Everton, and it has not been good. And based on that, you are predicting that Man City is going to win 3-0. You see,
Now it favors my argument.
it favors your argument. So you are
it,
shifting.
it supports my argument.
You know why me I was laughing is that you said that the game should end in draw.
Yeah, I believe it went in a draw.
You said it should end in draw. Who are you
Yeah,
to play?
But
because
in your mind, you know that Everton are going to lose, right?
no, I don't really believe that Everton will lose the way you are
Mm,
saying that we lose. Even if they're going to lose, it's going to be a close match, right?
mm,
It's going to be a close match because Everton this season they are quite good this season,
very
and
good.
they are playing at home.
Let's see. Are
Some
they
of
even
them,
playing for something? Let's see.
I think they
For
want to go
Europe,
to Europe.
they are also
They
playing for Europe.
want to go to Europe as well.
If they win that game, 50 points. I bet you
Yes.
go rest. Go ahead, my brother.
Even
They
if
want
they relegate, it's concern me. Just
to,
drop point, I beg.
no, they'll probably get a draw in that game. Man City will drop points in that game, and
You
that
know,
will
you know, you know
Are you
what?
saying this will send me out without sentiment?
without sentiment, of course. I'm not saying it with sentiment. I don't see the game so one-sided against to Man City. I don't see it that way. Everton are a good side,
Yeah,
obviously.
of
Very
course,
good,
of course.
They are
Of
a
very
very
good
good
course.
side
side.
They're
this
good.
season. So,
Do you,
and
do you know?
For me, Man City recently, Man City games, I don't think it's Rodri back.
He
Maybe
should play because
yeah.
they were just keeping him because I think because of Premier League. Nothing was happening to him.
Okay, maybe he's not really injured. But
Yeah.
I think that game is going to be closer than what you people are saying, what you guys are saying. So if it ends in a draw, if Man City
I
drop
won't be
points,
surprised. I won't be
yes,
surprised. I
I
won't be
won't be
surprised.
surprised that they drop points. But of course, Man City is Man City. They have the players, so they can also win the game. But I think that game might end in a draw.
I like one thing about the fixture because it's the last game of the match week, so Arsenal
Mm.
fans would be watching.
Yeah.
You'll be paying full attention
Attention. Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
match, so they would have some of them would develop IBP that day, that night.
Yeah.
Now,
And that might actually even go a long way to distort Arsenal players because their game is the Tuesday, the following
Yeah,
Tuesday
exactly,
with Atletico
exactly.
Madrid.
Again, so they
but
would.
no. Why should it distort Arsenal players? They shouldn't distort Arsenal players because by then Arsenal will probably be 6 points ahead of Manchester City. So if Man
Everybody
City
would, but,
wins,
but would one game less now. So don't say all those things now,
no,
because
no, no.
as
I
we
don't.
speak
I don't
today,
think. I don't think that game has so much importance on the psyche of Arsenal players now.
okay,
Right? The game that had more psyche was the last match Man City won, Burnley. That game that leveled the point. I think that one has more impact than the Everton game because now we already know that they are on the same points if Man City
mm,
win their games. That
Mm.
is already sure, right? So, and if Man City win against Everton, it's still 3 points less. So
But
that game is
somehow
going to
you
be
still be hoping they drop points.
exactly.
So
definitely. But I'm just talking
your
about in terms
focus will
of
still be on their games.
see every
Whenever
game.
if they
Yeah,
should win their games, it will
yeah,
affect your
yeah. Of
mood,
course,
it will affect your morale, it will
every
affect your
game,
mentality.
every game from now to the end of the season is very, very important, very
It's
key,
very
right?
important. All
Very
your
important.
games.
Yeah, it's very important. I think the one that will probably affect morale more is maybe if both the clubs are on the same point until the last day of the season.
To the last day.
Yeah,
It
that's
happened to
one.
Man U.
That one. Imagine, yeah, it happened to my. Imagine if that game for the last season, and then first half, Man City is already winning 3-0, and Arsenal is still playing 0-0. They will
That
just
would
even
to
just
be crazy.
they will just
That's happened in the past. They already flew the trophy to Old Trafford.
Oh yeah, I know about
So
that.
at the
yeah,
Aguero
Yeah.
moment
Aguero,
happened, they had to
Aguero,
redirect
they redirected the trophy back.
the trophy back. So
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I
I
think
actually personally I don't mind that kind of end.
drama.
Yeah, I don't mind at all.
Yeah,
we have.
me and you as watcher, we like it.
Yeah, of course. That's why I said. That's why I said that in this kind of jeopardy for neutrals is interesting, right? It's
Very
fun.
interesting.
The same way when I was watching that era that year when you just referenced now
Man
Manchester United,
U, Man City.
I was really enjoying it. I can imagine that a lot of Manchester United fans they
We're
were not
sad.
enjoying that much. Yeah, it was sad because
Sad.
I think the Manchester United match ended 5 minutes before Manchester
Our
City.
match already ended. Instead
Yeah,
of them to
Manchester
just
United
blow
won, and
PPR,
then
Man
Man City
City.
was still losing or something like that.
Yes.
So it was crazy. It was crazy. I felt for them, but for neutrals, of
And
course,
QPR also needed that game.
That game, yeah.
Initially, they needed the game initially.
to
Another
remain,
team
yeah, to remain in
to
the
remain in the league. But
yeah,
fortunately for them, the other team lost
already
and
lost.
they
It
didn't
was
Yeah,
a
get
it was a lot of drama,
it was
a
a
lot
lot of
of
drama.
this thing.
and Aguero
Very
scoring the
crazy.
last kick of the
Aguero
game.
moment, I see it that good till tomorrow. I hate that Aguero moment. I don't like hearing it.
Yeah, Aguero, and he just buried the
Ah,
game.
come on,
That guy,
Aguero.
that guy actually did dirty job in Premier League. His striking prowess was nice. Okay, guys, we are cutting the curtain here. This is what we have for you today, and we'll come your way again on Monday with the details about the Champions League second leg semi-final, which we are hopeful that I'm hopeful that it's going to be Bayern Munich Arsenal final, so that they can be disgraced
I
finally.
would even prefer Bayern Munich in the final compared to PSG.
Okay, you have heard him, our
Yeah,
people. You've heard
I
him.
prefer Bayern
Bayern
Munich.
is easy.
Yeah, Bayern Munich will take it easy. They will play methodic football like Arsenal. But you see PSG,
Yes, you will not
you
take it
never
easy.
you never know how the game goes.
Yeah,
They are
honestly, anytime PSG start their game, it's pop, 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 pop. They want to
yeah,
score. They want to
it's too
score.
chaotic.
I
It's
enjoy watching them.
it's too chaotic. And for us this season, our players, some of our players, they are not on top form. We have a lot of injuries, and I'm not confident if we go and meet PSG in the final. So I'd rather face Bayern Munich in the final,
Bayern is
and
easier for
we
Arsenal
solve that.
than PSG.
Okay, so the Arsenal fans are happy for me. I've been praying for them to get Bayern, and they want it. So that is me being kind because I love them. And yeah, if you're an Arsenal fan following us, I love you. If you're a Chelsea fan, I love you. If you're a Man U fan, I love you. Liverpool, I love you. Yeah, we are all one. Just follow us, subscribe, like, and share our videos. Thank you. Ciao. God bless you.
Bye.
Yes, so we don't finish, and that's really